in the main event. Oh my god, this is literally one of the craziest fucking shits I've ever seen. First of all, Volkanovski is literally the biggest fucking stud on the planet. To take on this challenge on a week's notice is insane. But I think that's exactly what's gonna lose this fight for Volk. Like it's less than a year. It's the same calendar year since he fought Makachev about 8 months ago. He didn't win then, and it was in Perth, in his backyard. Islam's rehydration window was a lot shorter than it will be in Abu Dhabi. You know, I felt like that was his chance to win against Makachev was in Perth. Everything was there. That was the Volk show. That was his best chance. To think he's going to win on a week's notice in enemy territory when he hasn't been training. Obviously, Volk's always training, but a full training camp dedicated to Makachev, like the first time when he brought in Craig Jones. It's hard to see it, man. It's hard to see it. And honestly, I think Volkanovski is going to get finished. But, like the thing that pisses me off the most about this fight is that if Islam wins, which I think he will, people are going to say, oh, well, it was short notice. And what's going to piss me off even more is if Volk makes it close, people are going to be like, oh, can you imagine what Volk's going to do to this guy in a full camp? Like, it's so fucking... It's savage, but it just leaves so many questions, bro. This was a massive, massive rematch down the line. Like, this was one that people were saying could headline UFC 300. And that's fucking huge. But people need to understand is this jeopardizes Volk's... Like, people are like, oh, like, even myself. Oh, what a savage, what a stud. But realistically, like, this diminishes his chance of the lightweight title shot. Like, another lightweight title shot after this. Incredibly, like, it really puts him in a bad spot if he wants to go back up and fight for that belt. Like, there was a good chance he could have just went straight up if Makhachev beat Gaethje and beat Oliveira, which aren't easy tasks, but if he could have went straight back up and just fought Makhachev. But now he's going to have to fight, and he don't really see him fighting Islam a third time. If he does lose, like, obviously if he wins, they're doing a trilogy straight away. But I really don't see him doing a trilogy. It's not like the Holloway situation, where the first fight was close, then they did the second fight that a lot of people thought Max won, and then obviously the third fight was the blowout. But it's just hard to fucking see a winner in this situation, apart from if Volk wins. Because if Volk wins, he's top 5 greatest of all time anyway. That's easy. That's a fact. And oh my god, if he wins, like, the ceiling for Volkanovski, it's high enough as it is. But fuck me, it's going to be a lot higher if he wins this fight. But he's 35, man. He's old. I think he's 35. He's old, bro. He's not getting younger. He's not 30 in his prime where, give it 2-3 years, imagine. No, bro. In 2 or 3 years, I don't see him being around. But, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he's meant to fight Taporia, in January, so he could have been training, but how much was he training for a fight in January? You know what I mean? It's not December or, end of November. It's October here. It's mid-October. So, unless, he could have had his eye on it and be like, oh, I'll keep ready just in case. But keeping ready just in case and being in camp are two different things. And, it's going to be sad to see, because if Volk does get finished, people aren't going to be saying the things they're going to be saying now. Yeah, they're saying how much of a stud Volk is. They're not going to be saying this now. It puts a massive tarnish on his legacy if he loses this fight, especially if he gets finished. Because I thought Makhachev won the first fight, and I thought Volk looked his best in that fight. And I don't think Makhachev looked his best in that fight. And if Makhachev looks his best in this fight against a Volk who isn't 100%, I think he finishes him. And I think he finishes him, not early, but maybe round 3-4 submission. Maybe something like that. Or even, I could even see him finishing him on the feet, man. Volk's been hit before. Volk got dropped by Islam in the first fight. I don't see Volk getting one hit KO'd, which maybe is the only way to put that guy down. That dude's a fucking beast. But it's shit, man. And in the co-main, who the fuck knows what's going on there? Paulo Costa is apparently out 1 minute, and then he's in Abu Dhabi the next, ready to fight. What a fucking mess, man. This card is an absolute mess. there are rumors of Usman stepping up and fighting. Oh, well, I don't know if they're true, but if they are true, that could be the most insane fight you will see. I mean, Usman will probably lose, but like, just the fact he's taking it on a week's notice. I know Vittori apparently was offered it and got declined, or he declined it, sorry. So if we get Usman instead, honestly, I think if Usman takes this fight, and if Volks took the fight, I think that's a way, 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 way better card than the original one. Like by comfortable. It's quite comfortable. The thing is that with the Charles fight, is that he had that ability to keep Makhachev in danger. Volk's not gonna really have Makhachev in its danger. Like not Oliveira danger, you know what I mean? He's gonna be on him, Volk, but Islam has that potential, Oliveira has the potential to knock him out, submit him. He can end the fight whenever, bro, you know? And I don't think Volk has that threat. He doesn't have that threat, I don't think. And I think that's the biggest difference here. Like, this is short notice Volk, man. It's a short notice Volk. I don't think he's going to look good. I don't think he's going to look good, man. Like, it's just sad to see. It's just sad to see, bro. It's going to piss me off even more if he makes it close. Because I'm just going to say to myself, oh my, like, imagine if he had a full training camp. You know, and just, I don't know, bro. And the Usman fight, like, that's a good fight, but Usman's not going to win. It's crazy to think this time last year, or, you know, maybe 15, 16 months ago, literally people were saying Usman's the greatest fighter ever. And now, you know, things have changed. I thought he was meant to be fighting Bilal Muhammad. Like, Usman isn't even confirmed for this, but these are the rumours. I do think Costa will end up fighting him, and I think he'll get finished in the first round, because he's shit. He's dreadful. He's beaten nobody good. He's beaten no one, period, actually. Johnny Hendricks and Yoel Romero, like, let's not bring that up. But yeah, man, it's been one of the craziest 24 hours in MMA history. This will be remembered. Like, they'll look back and say this. Jesus, remember when Volk fought Islam on a week's notice? Oh, what a lad. But like, Volkanovski was climbing towards GOAT status. You know, when he beat Holloway that third time, he was climbing towards GOAT status. 2 losses to Makhachev, that's not good, man. That's not good. And people are going to say, oh, it's short notice, but is he really going to fight Islam again if he loses? If he gets finished, like, people aren't going to want to see it, I don't think. If it's close, you make a case. But they said this, I don't know. You could say this, oh, well, you could say the same thing about Holloway. Really different circumstances. Like, these Holloway and Volk were clearly the 2 best in the division. Islam has a whole division to get through. You know, we know Gaethje is if not next, one fight away, let's be honest. He's 1 fight away from the belt. They could do Charles versus Gaethje too. You know, that would, because Charles isn't going to go, Charles as well, he's not going to go straight back into another title shot. I really don't see how that's a possibility. So you could do Charles versus Gaethje too. You know, you could do that in April, May, which would make it 2 years after they first fought. So I'm not saying no to that fight. You know what I mean? I'm really not saying no. And the good thing about Charles is it's not like he broke his arm or his leg or, you know, did something bad. He got a cut, so he can still train. He's still going to be in shape. I see a lot of people bashing Gaethje online saying, oh, who's the real BMF? Like, what the fuck are you on about, bro? Like, did Gaethje turn it down? Did they even call him? He probably found out as soon as we all found out. So people saying that shit are just fucking idiots. I saw people saying that. But it's different if Gaethje, they called him and was like, nah, I'm not taking that. Oh wait, that's different. But did he get contacted? You know, we'll see. I don't think he did, but you probably would have heard about it by now. But for my predictions for this card, I'll do 2 for the Hamzat fight. But I think Islam's going to submit Volk in the 3rd. I would not be surprised if he KOs him either. I just think Islam can win anyway. To be honest with you, I could see him grinding a decision out against Volk and, you know, leaving no questions to the judges this time. But I feel like a submission, you know, it's just hard because, like, it's not as if Volk, let's say Derek Lewis versus Jayton Almeida. Like, people say Derek Lewis on short notice, but he might catch him early. I don't really like because he's such good knockout power. Volk doesn't have that ability to catch people early or catch people to get him. Like O'Malley did, to catch them where they need to get it early, like Masvidal used to do back in the day. He doesn't have that power. He's fucking small, man, and he's gonna be fighting someone fucking huge like Makachev on short notice, bro. Oh man, I just don't see a way he gets the job done. But that's when Volk's most dangerous. So. But I'm going with an Islam submission. I did not think he'd submit him in the first one. I actually picked a decision. So I'll go with an Islam submission this time. And regards Hamzat versus Costa, which is allegedly and reportedly the one on now, but I keep seeing he's out, but he's tweeting. So we'll go with what he says for once. I'll go with Hamzat first round submission. And then if it's Usman, I'll go with a KO. Maybe like a ground and pound KO or up against the cage, something like that. But yeah, they're my predictions to this fucking insane card, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.